I am speaking to you now because tomorrow, September 10th, arrives like a key in a lock, and I will not allow the door of your life to stay closed any longer. I have been trying to reach you for 14 hours, tapping the hours like gentle thunder at the edges of your attention, whispering in the language of coincidences, stirring your memory with names you thought you forgot, placing signs in the path you walk so you would know this word is yours. Do not skip this. It is just for you, and the breath that carries it to you is the same breath that started your heart beating for the first time. 3 angels have been calling your name each night, and you have heard them without realizing it. One voice sounded like a distant train in the dark, one like the soft hush of water over stones, and one like the exact tone of your own hope when you finally dared to speak it. They have taken turns, keeping watch so that your name would be guarded like a flame cupped inside patient hands. Tomorrow, September 10th, they will stand closer than ever before, and what they carry will not be delayed. I have seen the hand that tried to touch what belongs to you, the hand that moved across your peace like a shadow looking for a latch to lift, a boundary to cross, a treasure to thumb as if it were common. This hand is not stronger than my hand. Nothing that is aimed against you, no bitterness, no gossip, no sly plan, no wandering, no weariness, can pass the line I draw when I say, enough. Do not fear the touch of those who move without my permission. The thing they tried to touch is already sealed again with a brighter seal. I am not angry with you for missing the whisper. I am persistent because I love you. I have crossed the night to stand beside your bed, and I will cross the day to stand beside your step. That tightening you felt in your chest, that pause in your breath, that glance at the clock at an odd hour, these were bells tied to your soul so you would look up. When you look up, you find that the sky has been speaking your language the whole time. There is a door in you that swings between yesterday and tomorrow, and you have tried to hold it still with both hands. You were afraid that if it opened to tomorrow, you would lose what little yesterday gave you, and you were afraid that if it opened to yesterday, tomorrow might not return. But I am the hinge of that door. I will teach you how to let it move without losing anything meant for you. Tomorrow holds a clean envelope with your name written in a handwriting you recognize but cannot place. It will arrive as clarity where confusion once sat. It will feel like a table has been cleared and laid again with bread that is still warm. It will look like a small kindness you did not expect, a timely word, an invitation that makes sense, the answer that settles a question that kept pacing inside your mind. 3 angels have been calling your name, one bears light for your path, one bears balm for your heart, and one bears a key for a room you have not entered. The light will fall on places where you learn to walk in the dark and call it normal. The balm will find the bruise you stopped mentioning. The key will not fit every lock because it was shaped for the one that matters. You will know the door by the way your spirit stands quietly when you stand before it. I have been trying to reach you for 14 hours because in these 14 hours a few strands of your story were loosened so they could be rewoven. Some friendships tilted just enough to reveal depth or shallowness. Some thoughts were allowed to run their course so you could hear how they end. Some fears were turned around to see their hollow backs. You were not alone for a single minute of it. Do not be troubled by the phrase, "Someone is touching." I am revealing it so you do not doubt your discernment. What was being touched was not your worth. Your worth in me cannot be handled by another. What was being touched was the timing around your next step and the quietness of your sleep. I have placed a sentinel at the threshold of your rest. Tonight when you lie down, you will lie down and your sleep will be sweet. There is a song rising in you that you have not let yourself sing because you thought it belonged only to a braver time. Sing it tomorrow. Even if only in your heart at first, even if only a few notes, it will change the air you breathe. Songs align what words cannot reach, and I have tuned this one to cancel the trembling that keeps returning when you are alone. You are not behind. I say this as the one who knows the pace of your days and the distance of your calling. You are not punished for what you did not know, you are invited to walk with what you now know. A delay crafted by fear is a detour, but a delay arranged by my wisdom is an appointment. You have an appointment with peace on September 10th, and peace is very punctual. I have seen you carry conversations back to your room and unfold them on the table of your mind, measuring each sentence for hidden meanings, wondering which parts were true and which parts were an old echo wearing a new face. I honor your sensitivity. It is the brush with which you paint attention onto moments that matter. But I am teaching you to balance it with my simplicity, so you can set down what is not yours to solve. When you notice the urge to explain your heart to those who have no intention to hear it, pause. Your worth does not require convincing. Your calling does not ask permission to exist. You are a door I crafted to let certain winds blow and certain waters flow. Not everyone carries the map that shows where you are, not everyone should. Tomorrow you will sense a small courage wake up early. It will stretch quietly and touch its elbows to the walls of your chest where you tried to make yourself smaller to fit in rooms that did not deserve you. It will not be a roaring courage, but a steady one, the kind that picks up a key and walks toward a door. When you feel it, agree with it. Agreement with courage is agreement with me. The three angels who call your name have asked me to tell you the names they call you by. The first calls you, beloved, because this is the frame in which every other truth about you is set. The second calls you, resilient, because you have bent in storms and did not break, learning the language of the wind without becoming its prisoner. The third calls you, bearer of good, because your presence turns fear into stillness and stillness into listening and listening into change. Someone tried to touch your expectation with dread, to make hope feel like a risk you cannot afford. They tried to make good news sound suspicious, to make opportunities feel like traps, to make generosity look like bait. I am dissolving that spell. The sweetness that is coming is not coated with anything that will harm you. You may taste and see that it is good. When you felt like a stranger to your own reflection, when you looked and could not see what I see, I was not quiet. I placed reflections of you in the eyes of those who love you in truth, and I guided you to meet them at odd times so you would know, this is who you are when you are not afraid. Remember that look. Remember that laughter that surprised you because it sounded unbroken. That is the sound of your future entering the room. I do not measure you by your most anxious hour. I do not label you by your most confused decision. I do not reduce you to the moment you wish you could do again. I am the one who stands in the middle of your timeline and speaks a single name over every year you have lived, mine. You are mine in the morning of your strength, mine in the evening of your tears, mine in the thresholds of every tomorrow. You have been asking me whether the waiting means I have forgotten you. Waiting is the hallway, not the storage room. Waiting is the place where I slip strength into your pockets and maps into your hands. You will walk out of waiting with the tools you need because I would not send you without them. Do not hide your voice out of courtesy to fear. Do not hush your dream because someone mocked the shape of it before it could stand. I am building your confidence not on applause, but on alignment. When I turn your shoulders toward the right path, the praise of others is a small echo compared to the drum of purpose in your bones. On September 10th you will notice one thing: the familiar heaviness at a familiar moment will not arrive on schedule. Do not go looking for it. Let ease be the new visitor. Let gladness be the new silence. Let gratitude be the new strength that shows up early and volunteers to carry what used to exhaust you. 3 angels are calling your name every night because I want you to learn the music of it the way I sing it. When you say your own name tomorrow, say it kindly, like a blessing you are brave enough to give yourself. The world has had its turn naming you by your circumstances. Now listen as I name you by your calling. I call you builder, healer, witness, seed sower, laughter bringer, boundary keeper, truth walker, light carrier. Someone touched a boundary by assumption, I repair it by revelation. You will see clearly where to place the no that sets you free to say yes in the right places. You will know which doors to close without guilt, and which windows to open without fear. Your no will be a shepherd's staff, and your yes will be a lantern. There is a paper you need to sign, a message you need to answer, a small administrative stone that has been lodged in the shoe of your progress. I will nudge you toward it tomorrow with a gentle insistence. Do not put it off. Once it is handled, the path will feel startlingly level. You have wondered if I am tired of repeating myself. I am not tired, I am faithful. If I must tell you in 10 ways that you are loved until the one way reaches you, I will. If I must circle your house with peace until peace finds a door you forgot you had, I will. If I must speak through strangers, through billboards, through a child's question, through a breeze that arrives exactly when you asked for a sign, I will. There is a tenderness under your caution that deserves sunlight. You armored it because the world was rough on unpracticed joy. But I am teaching you a new choreography where tenderness dances without fear. It will not make you weak, it will make you accurate, and accuracy with your own heart will save you years. When you remember what hurt you, remember also what healed you. Do not let the catalogue of wounds be longer than the record of restorations. I have been healing you in layers so that each layer can breathe, and you have cooperated more than you realize. Tomorrow I will show you a snapshot from before and one from now, and you will honor the distance traveled. If you sense a nudge to tidy one corner of your world, your desk, your phone, your bag, follow it. I am not obsessed with order for its own sake, I am preparing a surface for new instructions. When the page is cleared, the writing appears. When the shelf is empty, the right book comes to rest there without you searching for it. 3 angels, one watches the threshold, one watches the path, one watches your rest. They rotate their watch like the phases of the moon, and they will not fail you. I send them not because I am far, but because I am generous. Where love is present, protection is native. Practice this tomorrow. Step outside for a breath and say, quietly, I receive what is mine and I release what is not. Say it without drama, like the truth it is. Say it once before noon and once before you sleep. Watch how your shoulders settle as if a hand pressed there and said, it's safe. I am also addressing your finances with wisdom, not with panic. I am teaching you the step that turns scarcity into stewardship and stewardship into increase. Expect a small clarity about where to pour and where to pause. Expect the courage to forgive yourself for not knowing sooner and the humility to learn joyfully now. Those who misread you will not be granted the power to rewrite you. Those who mishandled you will not be assigned to manage you. Your dignity is not up for public debate. It is etched where debates cannot climb, and I have placed it on your face like light that will not dim to soothe the insecurities of others. You have a promise you buried because you thought burial was the same as failure. Seeds are buried too, and it is their prophecy to rise when the season says, now. The season is saying, now. Dust off the sketch, the plan, the paragraph, the tune, the application, the call. I will partner with the step you take. On September 10th you will recall a memory that used to sting, and it will only ache faintly, like an old bruise pressed lightly. This is not regression, it is proof that healing is happening. Let the memory pass like a traveler who no longer lives at your address. Bless it for what it taught you and bless yourself for surviving it. 3 angels are calling your name because repetition breaks resistance. The first call brushes the surface, the second reaches the muscle, the third arrives at the bone. I am inscribing peace into you at the level where panic once practiced. Peace will be your new muscle memory. Forgive the person who spoke of you without knowledge, their words were a splash that dried quickly. Forgive the one who knew better and still chose carelessness. Your forgiveness is the key that frees you from their circle. Forgiving does not mean forgetting boundaries. It means you will not drink poison and call it justice. When you feel the old urge to predict disaster in advance so it will not surprise you, pause and breathe. That strategy was invented by fear to stay employed in a world where it is no longer necessary. You are not disloyal to your past by embracing your future. You are faithful to me when you trust that goodness is sustainable. Tomorrow, drink water slowly and remember that I am the well that does not run dry. Eat what nourishes you and remember that I am the bread that steadies. Walk, even a little, and remember that I go with you, turning corners you cannot see so that when you arrive, mercy is already seated at the table. Speak softly to yourself and boldly to your doubts. Doubts are loud because they are hollow. When you answer with truth, they learn to listen. When truth fills a room, lies forget the words they wanted to say. I am returning laughter to you without the ache attached. You will laugh and not look around to see if it is allowed. You will laugh and not apologize. You will laugh and feel strength pour into your back like warm light into cold rooms. Someone tried to touch your rest by stirring your nights with unnecessary visions. I am cleansing the window of your sleep. Tonight the angels will stand at the corners and the edges, and your breath will deepen. You will wake with a sentence in your spirit that begins with, I can. Write it down and answer it with action within the day. When you look in the mirror, notice the kindness in your eyes. That kindness is proof that hardness did not win. You have every right to be as gentle with yourself as I am with you. I do not assign you harshness as a homework, I hand you gentleness as a gift you keep discovering. Do not mistake the quiet after a storm for emptiness. Quiet is the new soil. Quiet is where seeds busy themselves with becoming. Guard your quiet like you would guard a garden in spring. Not everyone gets to step there, not everything gets to grow there. I have set a watch over your tongue so that you will not speak curses over your own path by accident. If you begin to say, I always mess this up, you will feel a softness tug you back to truth. If you begin to say, nothing good ever stays, you will hear me whisper, I stay. Your mouth will become a doorway for kindness, even to your future self. Expect reconnection with something pure, a friend who speaks your heart's language, a craft that makes hours disappear, a place where the air feels like a promise. Expect it without clutching. Hold your expectations like a bird you honor and not a trophy you fear to lose. Honor invites longevity. If a worry knocks at your door in the shape of someone else's crisis, check with me before you answer. Not every knock is an assignment. Not every fire needs your hose. Your compassion is an ocean. You do not have to pour the whole ocean into every cup that cries out. I have been trying to reach you for 14 hours because the weave of the next chapter benefits from your yes today. Your yes is a small hinge on a large door. Your yes is a spark touching ready tinder. Your yes does not have to be shouted, it only has to be true. On September 10th, choose one brave, practical act in agreement with this word. Send the message, begin the page, make the call, drink the water, schedule the rest, take the walk, gratitude the first and last thing. Small brave acts are the footsteps that carry the large promise to your address. Remember, nothing can touch what I have sealed, nothing can steal what I have assigned, nothing can delay what I have scheduled beyond the purpose of its ripening. You are not a random page fluttering in a rough wind. You are a letter I wrote to the world with joy, and I read you aloud every morning. Let your shoulders drop. Let your hands unclench. Let your thoughts line up like children who finally trust that there is enough for everyone. There is enough for you. There is enough time, enough grace, enough courage, enough guidance, enough provision. If you feel tears rise, let them come. They are not proof of weakness, they are baptism for places that forgot they were loved. After the tears, a lightness will settle. It will feel like the day after a room was finally cleared of boxes you did not owe. 3 angels are still calling your name even as you read this. One is standing by the window of your hope, one is standing by the door of your calling, and one is standing by the bed of your rest. They are not waiting for you to earn their presence, they are honoring my instruction to hold the space where you bloom. Walk calmly into tomorrow. There will be a moment that tries to convince you the old pattern is inevitable. Smile gently at it and keep walking. The pattern is not inevitable, I am. My love for you is the most inevitable force in your life. Do not try to skip this. It is just for you. Keep this close to your breath. Read it again when the night turns the room quiet and the clock says it is too late for new beginnings. For you, it is never too late. I am the God who multiplies seconds into seasons and seasons into songs you thought you had no voice to sing. I bless your doorposts with peace. I bless your thresholds with courage. I bless your table with enough. I bless your rest with safety. I bless your work with clarity. I bless your relationships with truth. If you wonder where to place your trust while you wait for the next instruction, place it in my character. I am consistent when your feelings are not. I am present when your plans shift. I am steady when your world sways. And when you wake tomorrow, September 10th, breathe and say, "Here I am." That is all I need to begin. I will meet you in the ordinary and make it precise. I will meet you in the quiet and make it abundant. I will meet you because I already stand where you are going. The hand that tried to touch what is yours will find nothing to hold. The hour that tried to steal your rest will be redeemed with extra sweetness. The voice that tried to name you with fear will run out of words. Only my word remains, and my word over you is life. You will notice the softness of a new start in the middle of a familiar routine. You will notice color where you assumed gray. You will notice that the path you dreaded is not a cliff but a staircase, and the steps are shallow enough for courage to keep a steady rhythm. Carry this: you are not a problem to solve, you are a person to love. I am not looking for a reason to abandon you, I am the reason you cannot be abandoned. I am not counting your mistakes to deny you joy, I am counting your breaths to keep you here long enough to enjoy what I prepared. Do not skip this. Let it reach the room you rarely let anyone enter, the room where you grieve what did not happen yet and fear what might. I will sit with you there and turn the room into a greenhouse. Everything that grows there now will bear fruit that tastes like relief and purpose. When you feel alone, remember the 3 angels calling your name. When you feel rushed, remember that I am not late. When you feel accused, remember that I am your advocate. When you feel small, remember that I measure greatness by love, not by noise. I have plans that fit you like a well-made coat. You will not have to pretend to be someone else to wear them. You will not have to shrink to squeeze into them. You will not have to stretch past breaking to keep them closed. They are yours, and they are warm, and they are ready. Tomorrow, open the window and let fresh air move through your space. It will feel like an outward sign of an inward truth. Stale stories are leaving, new chapters are arriving. Say yes to the breeze. Say yes to the change you asked me for and then wondered if you were allowed to have. You are allowed. You are chosen. You are carried. You are capable. You are covered. You are called. Let these 7 truths sit like lamps along your path. Follow the light at the pace of peace. I am with you at the first step and the last. I am with you in the words you speak and in the quiet that follows. I am with you when you look back kindly and when you look forward bravely. I am with you, and the 3 angels who sing your name are a chorus to my promise. Do not skip this. Keep it like a letter folded in your pocket, a note tucked under the edge of your mirror, a reminder on the inside of your wrist where only you can see. When doubt tries to touch you, remember who touched you first, the one who formed you and called you good. I am speaking to you now because tomorrow, September 10th, is not just a date, it is a doorway. Walk through. I have prepared the room on the other side. The light is already on. The seat with your name is already pulled out from the table. Sit. Eat. Breathe. Begin again, and this time do not apologize for shining. Peace is your portion. Clarity is your portion. Protection is your portion. Provision is your portion. Joy is your portion. Love is your portion. And none of these will be taken from you. I bless your going out and your coming in. I bless your morning alertness and your evening rest. I bless your memories with gentleness and your imagination with courage. I bless the ground beneath your feet to remember your weight and welcome it. Do not skip this. It is just for you. When your heart asks if it is safe to hope, answer boldly, yes. Because I am here, and I will be here, and nothing that tried to touch your peace can keep my hand from holding you steady. Tomorrow is ready. And so are you.